Garth Brooks' wife, Trisha, is telling everyone what her husband is really like. Trisha Yearwood was born Patricia Lynn Yearwood on September 19, 1964 in Monticello, Georgia. It was a small town where she learned to love Southern traditions, being part of a community, and what it means to be a family. Her father was Jack Howard Yearwood, a well-liked banker in town. He worked hard and cared about helping people, and that made a big impression on Trisha. Her mother was Gwendolyn Yearwood, a school teacher who loved her job. She shared her love for learning and for music with Trisha, which helped Trisha's own talents grow when she was just a kid. Growing up in a home that cared about school, being disciplined, and also being creative, Trisha learned to be a determined, creative, and humble person. This would help her a lot in her future job. From the time she was very young, Trisha was a great singer and she loved it. When she was in elementary school, she started singing in school plays, in local choirs, and in lots of talent shows. People loved watching her because she was a natural singer and performer. These early times didn't just make her a better performer. They also made her feel very sure of herself, which became a big part of who she was later on. When she became a teenager, Trisha started liking other things too. She became very interested in accounting, which showed she was a smart and responsible person. But after she finished high school, she decided to serve her country. She joined the U.S. Air Force and served for 4 years at Luke Air Force Base in Arizona. This time in the military showed her more about life and being disciplined, and it also made her even stronger and a harder worker. These are things that would really help her in the tough music business. After she was done with the Air Force, Trisha Yearwood went back to her love for music. She went to Young Harris College, a small college in Georgia, to get better at singing and to help her career. At Young Harris, she got her 2-year degree, and she did so well in her classes that she was invited to join the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, which is for students with very good grades. Trisha's want to be the best, both in school and in her music, showed how much she wanted to succeed in everything she tried. After she was at Young Harris, she went to the University of Georgia for a little while, hoping to find more chances for herself. But she quickly felt the university was just too big and busy for her, so she decided to leave. She chose to put all of her energy into becoming a musician, a choice that would end up deciding her whole future. Trisha Yearwood's first professional job started with a very important internship at MTM Records. This let her learn all the secrets of the music business, from making records to helping artists grow. Because she worked hard and was talented, she quickly got a full-time job at the record label. There, she recorded many practice tapes and sang backup vocals for new artists. Something important happened in 1989. She sang backup for Garth Brooks. This meeting started a friendship and a work partnership that would last their whole lives. Because of Brooks, she met G. Fundus, a famous music producer. They started working together, and this partnership would be the start of her big success. Trisha Yearwood's first album, named after her, came out in 1991 and was a huge moment in her career. The album sold more than 1 million copies and immediately made her a very important person in country music. The main song from it, called She's in Love with the Boy, flew up to the #1 spot on the Billboard country music chart. People all over the country loved its sweet story and Trisha's emotional singing. People who review music loved her special style, saying she could sound both gentle and strong when she sang. Besides the song that went to #1, the album had other big hits like We Never Had a Broken Heart, The Woman Before Me, and That's What I Like About You. All of these songs made it into the top 10 on the country music charts. Everyone in the music business saw that she was a success. The Academy of Country Music said she was the top new female singer. Then the next year, the American Music Awards said she was the favorite new country artist. After she first became successful, Trisha kept making music that was very personal and artistic. Her second album from 1992 was called Hearts in Armor. It talked a lot about her own life, especially her relationship with her husband at the time, Chris Lahm. People really liked the album because it was so honest and the words had deep meaning. In 1993, she put out her third album, The Song Remembers When. The main song from that album, which had the same name, climbed all the way to number 2 on the Billboard Country chart. This album also had her singing with famous stars like Rodney Crah and Willie Nelson, which made people see her as a flexible and well-respected country singer. In the middle of the 1990s, Trisha Yearwood tried new kinds of music with her fourth album, Thinking About You. From 1995, and her fifth album, Everybody Knows. From 1996, Thinking About You, mixed in sounds from pop and adult music, and magazines like Rolling Stone said it sounded very smart and cool. Everybody Knows was full of soft, thoughtful, slow songs. Both albums sold very well and had many songs that became hits, making her place as one of the best singers in country music very solid. For the next many years, Trisha kept putting out albums, singles, and collections of her songs. She stayed popular and showed how her music was changing, but she always remembered her country music beginnings. Besides music, Trisha Yearwood has also been in movies and on TV. She first acted in a drama movie in 1993 called The Thing Called Love. She played a character who was a lot like her, a country singer trying to become famous. Later, she was on TV shows like Jag. From 1997 to 2002, Nashville, in 2015, and The Passion, in 2016. This showed she could do different things and be famous for more than just singing. Trisha loves cooking, so she started her own TV show in 2012 called Trisha's Southern Kitchen. On the show, she mixes her love for Southern food with her friendly personality. She has also written a few cookbooks, like Georgia, Cooking in an Oklahoma Kitchen, and Home Cooking with Trisha Yearwood. This lets her talk to her fans like friends and share the foods and traditions from the South where she grew up. Trisha Yearwood's life with love and being married has had both happy personal growth and relationships that everyone talked about, showing that life when you're famous can be complicated. Her first marriage was to Christopher Long. Their relationship started in the middle of the 1980s. They got married in 1987, at a time when Trisha was still just starting her career and trying to become a famous country singer. This marriage, even though it began with the same hopes and dreams that all young couples have, finally ended when they got a divorce in 1991. The end of their marriage was a private thing, but it happened at the same time Trisha's career was getting much bigger. This makes it seem like her focus on her music and her busy life as a star might have been part of the problems they had. After a few years had passed, Trisha fell in love again, this time with Robert Reynolds. He became her second husband in 1994. This marriage was like a new start in her personal life. She wanted to find a calm, happy life with someone who knew what it was like to be in the music world. But even though they were hopeful and happy when they got married, Trisha and Robert's marriage also ended in divorce. It was finally over in 1999. This time was a big change for Yearwood because she was becoming very famous in country music. She was getting Grammy nominations and her songs were going to the top of the charts, which meant she had to travel a lot and work very hard on her career. The difficulty of having a huge career and also a personal relationship is easy to see in this part of her life. It shows that sometimes you have to give up one thing to get another when you want to be a successful artist. Trisha Yearwood's longest and most loved relationship has been with Garth Brooks, who is one of the most famous country singers ever. Their love story started in the late 1990s. It grew from them liking and respecting each other into a deep and strong partnership. Garth Brooks is famous for his amazing concerts and his albums that break records. Trisha is famous for her wonderful voice and her singing that feels so real. Together, they don't just love each other. They also understand each other's work lives because they both know what it's like to be famous and in the music business. Their marriage is a perfect mix of love and sharing a passion for music. It shows that you can find love that lasts even after you've had some hard times before. Together, they have kept their relationship pretty private and steady. This gives hope to their fans and to other musicians, showing that you can have both love and a great career if you help each other, respect each other, and are dedicated to each other. Trisha Yearwood is a famous country music star with a soulful voice and a normal, friendly personality. People have always liked her not just for her music, but also because she is honest and real. Not long ago, in an interview, she started talking about her life with Garth Brooks, letting her fans see what their relationship is really like. People often think they know what it's like when two famous musicians are married, but you can't really understand how complicated it is until you live it yourself. Trisha said. She sounded like she was being funny, but also very truthful. She and Garth have been a couple since the early 2000s. They have handled the special problems that come with being famous, like having different ideas about music and having everyone watch them. But they have still kept a very strong and loving connection. This has made a lot of people look up to them. Trisha made it clear that the person everyone sees as Garth Brooks is not exactly the same as the man she knows so well. Garth is a huge, exciting person on stage, and everyone thinks of him as this amazing, charismatic performer. But when he's at home, he's a totally different person. He's a quiet thinker and he is so caring. People don't know that behind all the energy and fun is a man who really listens to me, supports me, and loves me no matter what. She told everyone. This truth surprised a lot of fans who usually only see Garth when he's performing for thousands of screaming fans. Trisha being so open makes the country music superstar seem more like a regular person. It shows that the man behind the famous name is just as normal and down to earth as he is talented. Their relationship, though, has had some hard times. Trisha talked about the problems they had, trying to mix their personal lives with their very busy jobs. Being married to someone like Garth means that sometimes his work has to come first, and our plans can change suddenly. But we have learned that talking to each other and trusting each other are the most important things. We always find time for each other, even if it's just for a calm dinner at home after a long, busy day. Those little times together are what keep us close, she said. Her words show that even though people look closely at famous marriages and sometimes get them wrong, if you are dedicated and truly love each other, you can build a strong relationship, even when fame is pushing on you. Trisha also talked about why it's important for both people in a marriage to be their own person. Even though we are a team, we are also our own separate people. I have my music, the things I love to do, and my own dreams, and he has his. We help each other with our dreams because we respect who the other person is. Having that mix of being your own person, but also being together, is what makes our relationship so strong, she explained. By saying this, Trisha doesn't just let fans see into her marriage. She also shows a good way to keep love and respect in any relationship, whether you're famous or not. Her way of thinking shows that a good marriage is when two equal people work together because they understand and encourage each other, besides just how they are together. Trisha also talked about Garth's way of making music, and what it's like to be married to a man whose whole life is about music. Garth is so passionate about his music. I see him writing songs, practicing, and putting all of his feelings into his concerts. Being in that world with him means I get to see the magic happen right in front of me. But it also means I have to understand how hard he works and how much he cares about it. I am so proud of him, and I love being the person who supports him and cheers for him, she said. Her words are full of admiration and pride, and they show the deep respect that is the base of their partnership. It also shows the supportive part she plays, managing her own great career while also being a strong and steady person for him. Trisha Yearwood's honest stories show a marriage that is built on truth, respect, and love that doesn't end. By telling everyone the truth about her life with Garth Brooks, she isn't just sharing what their special relationship is really like. She is also reminding everyone that behind the bright lights and fancy life of being a star, there is a very normal, human story about two people connecting, promising to be together, and being happy. We aren't perfect people, and we have problems just like everyone else, Trisha said with a smile. But we love each other a huge amount, we always support each other no matter what, and we always remember to laugh together. That is the truth about us.